Good day, people. Got a serious topic I want to talk about today. I want to talk about avoiding the need for validation. What is validation? Validation is being praised, had it on your back, likable, from your fans, from your people, from people who cheer you all the time. I'm gonna tell y'all that's good and stuff. I like when somebody pat you on your back. You know, it's okay. People tell you did a good job, but in this season, going in your new year, striving after your goals, I want us to try to avoid the need for validation. And I'm gonna tell you why. Validation is not a bad thing, but it can be a thing that becomes addictive. It can be so addictive that a lot of us don't move on our visions unless we have somebody cheering us on or validating us, giving us reward or rewarding us or praising us or giving us good compliments on what we do. And I want us to start avoiding validation. Now, what I mean by that, I'm saying is it's okay when people validate you and they say good things about you and they cheer you on. But there are going to be some seasons where people is not going to cheer you on. Some people are not going to validate you all the time. And if you get so used to people validating you, a lot of times you get so used to that, you'll start limiting things that you do if you don't have that validation. Like, for instance, some of us are motivated when people motivate us. But what happened when the days that they are not motivating you? What happened when the days they don't cheer you on? What happened in those days where people don't say good job, keep going, keep up the good work, you can do it, you can make it? What happened in them days when them people don't cheer you on, tell people that you are fabulous, that you are marvelous, that you are wonderful? What happened when your fans die on you? What happened when your people that was cheering you on may get mad at you, stop cheering you on? Some people, they cheer you on and then they get mad at you, fall out with you, stop cheering you on. And here's the hindrance. When you get used to those validations and people telling you good job and all this good words they use, and you get used to that to the point where you don't hear it, you feel like you ain't doing a good job. You feel like you're not doing enough. You feel like what they said you was doing, and when they stop saying you doing it, now you feel like you're really not doing it. I want to tell my people on today, if you on here listening to me, avoid validation. I'm going to tell you why you need to avoid validation. A validation could be addictive. It also could be a hindrance in you while you're going after your vision. Because here's the thing. I've learned and grown to know that I have to keep pushing and I have to keep going after my vision, whether people like the way I'm going after it, or whether people like how I'm doing things, or whether people all congratulate me on how I do things. I came to learn that it does not matter. Because at the end of the day, that validation comes and it goes. But I'm not going to be motivated out of people's validation. I'm going to appreciate people when they validate me. I'm going to say thank you when people say they appreciate me and people cheer me on. But I'm not going to allow their validation to be the drive that I need to push to complete my vision. When you allow people's validation to be the drive that you need, the problem with that is when it comes time to keep going and hard times begin to be overwhelming, and those same cheerleaders, those same people that are around you that are validating you, when they are out of the picture, when they get missing in action, MIA, when they leave you and stop cheering for you and stop being your cheerleader and stop being that motivation and stop being your hype man or your hype woman or whatever you want to call them, then there you are still stuck with a vision that you still got to complete. And if you allow people's validation to be the motivation that you need to keep moving, then when that motivation stops, will you keep moving or will you stop? So you got to understand that validation is okay. I'm not saying nothing wrong with validation. I'm just saying don't be driven by validation. Because if you be driven by validation, you're going to always want validation. You're going to always want a pat on the back. You're going to always want people to tell you good job. You're going to always want people to congratulate you, to cheer you on. You're going to always want that, to the point you're going to be so addicted to that, to the point you need that. And then you're going to lack what you need to be doing because the validation is lacking. The cheerleaders are lacking. The people who are pushing you to go forward, they're lacking. So I don't want that to be your drive. I want you to have a drive within you. I want you to have that motivation within you. That when all the cheerleaders and all the validation ceased, when it goes away, when you don't hear good job anymore, when you don't hear well done, brother, when you don't hear you're doing a great job, you're an awesome person, when you don't hear this stuff no more, I want you to keep going, because you're the only motivation that you need. And if you don't allow yourself to get your mind together where you are not driven by what people say, but you are driven because there is a promised place that you're looking to get to. There is a finished work that you're getting into. There's something that you're trying to do in your life that you have to be your biggest cheerleader. I know people, it's okay. Like I said, it's okay for people to be your cheerleader. Don't get me wrong. But don't seek that so much to the point that when you don't have it, now you start lacking on your vision. Now you start dragging your feet. Now the motivation and the mode and the drive you had, the pace you was picking up things, you was getting things done, you was getting X, Y, Z done at a good time. You had it all in order. You was doing it, and you nobody could stop you. And then sometimes people allow this validation stuff to get into their head to the point now when people stop validating them, they feel like they're doing something wrong. But you're not doing nothing wrong. Validation comes and goes. All right, cheerleaders. People who love you, they love you today and they hate you tomorrow. We're living in a world where this is reality. This is how it is. People will hate you today, love you tomorrow. Love you today, hate you tomorrow. People have mood swings. People are happy for you today and then they mad at you tomorrow. And you have not to be moved by those validations. It's okay. Thank you for your validation. Thank you for telling me I'm doing a good job. Thank you for your kind words. All right, your generosity. Thank you. But I don't need that. That's what I want you to get to. You got to get to a point in your place, in your mind. You got to get to a point and a place in your heart. You got to get to a point and a place in your mind that, listen, no matter what validation that come, thank you for it. But at the end of the day, if you don't give me validation, if you don't pat me on my back, I'm still okay. I'm still going to run this race with patience. I'm still, watch this, going to look unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of my faith. Because people will leave you, but God said he'll never leave you nor forsake you. People will walk out on you. But the word said, here, David said, I never seen the righteous forsaken, nor the seed beg bread. What he's saying is that God is always there. And God will never forsake you. Let God be your motivation. If all else fails, is everybody gone? God said he'll never leave you nor forsake you, even to the end of this world. I don't need people to stick by me to know that I'm doing a good job. As long as I have Jesus, I know that everything's going to be all right. As long as I have my Savior, I know that I'm going to accomplish all there is to accomplish. I don't need men. The Bible said, put your trust in no man, for man will fail you. But God, he will never fail you. All right? So we got to understand that validation is okay. But don't get so used to validation that you get so clingy to it that you stop moving at a good pace, because when you don't hear validation, now you feel like things are not going well. Now you feel like things are not going right because you're so used to people validate you. Don't do that. If you do that, you're gonna live a life where if you don't have validation, you will allow the validation that is now gone cause you to quit. So be your biggest cheerleader. Know that if anyone is not excited for you, know that your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, he's excited for you. And you got to be excited for yourself. You got to be so motivated that you're going in the right direction that you don't need nobody to tell you that you're going in the right direction. You have to believe that you're going in the right direction. Also, sometimes we get through points where we have failures in our life. We have failures in our vision, and we feel like we're not doing good. But failures are nothing but to allow us to see that we might be moving about it a wrong way. That's all that is. And a lot of us need validation to tell us that, you know what, that's okay. You doing good. It's just a slip up. That's good sometimes. But you need to let yourself know that sometime too. All right. You need to let yourself know that everything is okay. You need to let yourself know that all things work together for the good to them who love God. If you love God, all things work together for the good of them who love God. See, this message is not for everybody, but it's for the believers. If you're a believer, the word said, for we know, all right, that all things work together for the good of them who love God. I don't care what goes in my life wrong. Just understand that those wrong things might try to redirect you in the right way. Those wrong things might be signals that the enemy is trying to distract you from getting where you need to get to. And I don't need man to tell me that I'm doing a good job. Long as my Savior, Jesus Christ, is happy that I'm doing a good job. That's all I need right there. So avoid the need for validation. Because if you don't, you're going to get to a point in your life where you need that. And when you don't have it, you're going to feel like everything is not going right. But you need to encourage yourself in the Lord. You need to encourage yourself in the Lord. You need to continue on moving, understanding that you are moving in the right direction. And everything is not going to go the way you want it to go all the time. You just need to understand that long as you got the Lord, long as you got him by your side, he said he will never leave you nor forsake you. Man will fail you, but God will never fail you. Listen to this quote that I came to my mind the other day. And this goes like this. It is only when you become unlikable that you become likable. All right. Now let me say it right. It is only when you avoid being likable, there we go, that you become likable. Watch this. It is only when you avoid validation that you get validated. What did I mean by that? When you go through life and you start soaring at your vision and you start doing everything you need to do, and you know you're doing things right, and you're not looking for somebody to pat you on your back, you're not looking for people to tell you good job, you're not looking for people to tell you you're doing the right thing or you're doing the wrong thing. You're not looking for people to do that. But you are happy and you are soaring after what you're soaring after with a mindset of, if I don't get there, it's because of my fault. If I don't get there, it's okay. How I get there determines how I proceed there. When you have a mindset of doesn't matter what people say about what I'm doing and if I'm doing it right, I'm doing it right. And if I don't do it right, I could just go back to the drawing board and fix it. But I don't need nobody to tell me I'm doing right and I'm doing wrong. Now, you can have people tell you you're doing right, you're doing wrong. Only the people who's trying to better you. But you got some people tell you you're doing right or you're doing wrong to hinder you. All right? Some people tell you you're doing right, you're doing wrong to slow you down. Some people are hating on where you're going. Some people are hating on your vision. Some people are hating on your dreams and your goals. Some people shoot you down before you even say they can happen. Some people want you to disbelieve before you even try to believe. Some people are trying to hinder your faith. You got to watch people. That's why you shouldn't seek validation for people. You shouldn't believe in everything people say, because everything people say ain't the right thing to say. And everything people disagree with ain't the thing they should disagree with. Some things they disagree with because they doubt themselves. And so what they want you to do, they want you to doubt. But you got to not doubt. You got to believe. You got to have faith. You got to stay encouraged. And even if it have to be where you have to encourage yourself, we got to learn how to encourage ourselves in this season. We don't need people to encourage us. That's good. Thank you. But I'm not going to get so immune to that. I'm not going to get so used to that to the point that when I don't got that, and I'll allow that to slow me down. Or I'll have this feeling in my heart that I'm not doing the right thing. So be your biggest cheerleader. And don't try to be validated by people. Avoid that. All right? Because it is only when you avoid being likable that you become likable. Y'all remember this now. It is only when you avoid being likable that you become likable. The most liked people in the world are the people who are not moved by if somebody like them or they do like them. They're so busy soaring after their vision. They're so busy trying to get things in order. They're so busy running after the promise. They're so busy soaring after their vision to the point they don't allow people, all right, They don't allow friends. They don't allow haters. They don't allow critics to tell them if they're doing a good job or if they're not doing a good job. So that's why I tell you, we got to stay so focused that, and we have to avoid validation, because validation can be good, but validation also can be a hindrance. And I want us to be so motivated in our vision within ourselves that, and we have to believe within ourselves that we will get there. We will make it. We just have to stay motivated. We just have to stay on course. We have to stay on track. And we have to learn how to validate ourselves by telling ourselves we done a good job. We don't need people to tell us we doing a good job. And sometimes we just need to pitch out the Lord telling us, well done, thou good and faithful servant. That's all we need. That's all the validation we need. We don't need validation from man. Thank you, but no thank you. I am doing a great job. I am doing the best that I can. I am working on a vision that is going to be great. I am going to be in a place where I'm going to change things for the good. I am going to be in a position where my family is going to be good. My loved one's going to be taken care of. I will get there. I will make it. I am going to get through this. I am more. Watch this. I am more than a conqueror. Through him, talking about Jesus Christ, that loves me. Avoid validation and know that your Lord and Savior, he is cheering for you. He is behind you. He is supporting you. And he will never leave you nor forsake you. The word say, even to the end of this world. You doing what you need to do. You don't need man to tell you that you're not. You don't need the man to tell you that you are. You just need to know that your Lord and Savior got your back. And he will never leave you nor forsake you even to the end of this world. Keep your head up. Appreciate those who validate you. Not saying don't appreciate them. Appreciate them. Thank you. But don't allow that to be the motivation that you need to keep going. The Lord said he will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's enough to keep going. This is Isaiah McCullough, your vision therapist. Like, subscribe, and share. There's plenty more content like this going. I just want to motivate all you visionaries, all you people out there who got visions and dreams and goals. I want to be on your phone when you look up YouTube, and I want to be the one who encourage you to keep on going. You're doing a marvelous job. And don't wait on my validation. You don't need my validation. I want you to keep validation within your heart, and I want you to know that the Lord is with you. He's always going to be there. He's never going to leave you nor forsake you. But as your brother, as your visionary, your vision therapist, keep on going. Don't quit. Keep on moving. Don't give up. You got this. You are a winner. And you will become everything that you want to be. By the grace of God, by the will of God, by his grace and mercy, you're going to get there. Go on with your bad self. And avoid validation, because you don't need it. As long as you got God, he is all you need. Love you guys. Keep on soaring after that vision. God bless you.